Hi, I'm Del, and I'm here to take you on the Lewis Garden Tour, Portland, Oregon, the 2018 version. We had so much fun with it last year that we thought we'd do it again this year. So, let's take a look at the garden, okay? And here, Abby and Badger are joining us in the garden. And we're going to start at the beginning of our pathway here, which is where we usually start the garden tour. This last year we had to downsize the rhododendrons because they were getting out of hand completely and over the top of the house. So we cut them back and they're doing very well, but it afforded us some more planting area and a different light configuration. So we planted some June hostas here and some more Japanese painted fern to go with the black mondo grass. And you see the Rogercio back there, and our ferns are doing really well this year. They're standing up. Right. I want to go back a little here into the other side of this bed and show you how great the light looks, the mottled light on this area here, the hydrangea and the dahlia. And moving down the pathway now, the big podophyllum there and the astilbe. Most of our astilbe are just about shot now, but they were beautiful. Beautiful podophyllum here coming through onto the main path and around to our beautiful dahlia gate, which was here when we bought the house. This is the mushroom bed, I guess we'll call it. This is a special bed we created for this little mushroom sculpture that our daughter gave us. And this very interesting plant that I think is an Erycema, but it comes up late in the year. There's another one, a baby one, coming up there. And then if you look in there closely, spiking up through the fern there's another one coming up. And the spotty dotty podophyllum. A look into what we call the front room, the light, late afternoon light coming through. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon, a very dry and very hot day in Portland. This is what we call the Buddha bed. The welcoming Buddha came with the house. 2 years ago we lost a large magnolia tree in this area, which also gave us a chance to do some rethinking, some reshaping here. And we got another nice little magnolia in here. But we also planted some other things. We're looking now at this wonderful Taiwanese parasol tree, which now is a bush in a pot. But we're hoping it does well there, and then we'll put it in the ground. It'll become a tree, but it looks really well with the mahogany Pacific 9 bark and the chartreuse elderberry. Another view there with the nice white Asiatic lily. One of the things that we wanted to show you is how great it looks. I wish we had smell-o-vision because the Asiatic lilies have opened up today with a vengeance, and the aroma is absolutely incredible. But we have these double daylilies here, the sort of yellow, pale yellow color. and the Japanese paper bush and the grasses and the little gardenia plant in there. And the witch hazel tree, which we planted in here last year, is doing quite well. But right in here is sort of a very nice favorite view with the Asiatic lilies, both the large yellow and red, and then the yellow ones, and the thistle and the salvia in the back. Panning around, the light coming through is really one of the features that we really enjoy in the garden. This nice little variegated lace cap hydrangea here. And Abby's showing, today we went to the Leach Botanical Garden, and today we came home with this lovely little plant called, a liverwort. Still has a beautiful spring blue flower on it. Coming around to the other lace cap hydrangea, which is blooming now, which is quite fun. On the side yard here, we have a vacant lot out here that belongs to the golf course, but they neglect it. So we have to take care of it in self-defense. So as retribution or payment for that, we just plant some more plants on the side here, which I can't throw away a plant, and so I just have to spread them out and put them in different areas. And so we're kind of an invasive gardener here, is what my friends call me. So the bear's breech blooming down there, and the Oregon grape, and the beautiful confetti glass panel. And you can see our Abby standing by the front porch there with Badger, and looking at our pots. For this year we've planted mostly red and purple. They're a little faded now. And our newest garden art, which is a circle of stones, which was made where, Abby?
Somewhere in Indonesia.
In Indonesia, I believe.
Handmade by women.
It's handmade. Moving on down into the begonia bed area, which is one of the least crowded areas. It's probably the only bed that we don't overcrowd. We have a lot of different ferns at this end of the bed, and again looking at the light coming in from the west on the Japanese forest grass rather, and the chartreuse flowering currant, and the light coming through this panel of confetti glass, which is really fun. And here is our potting table, and moving on down the pathway. Abby, you want to open up the shed so we can show them the inside there? The shed was here as a tree house for the previous owner's son, and you'd think a shed would be for tools and things like that, but our shed is for the grandchildren when they come to visit.
Open air.
Yeah. And going on down the stairs into the area where we have our veggies and some sun plants. Our goat's beard here is past its prime, but the peas are wonderful now. The beans are coming along. The lettuce is about gone. We have onions and chard and kale and tomatoes and onions. And then intermixed, of course, some beautiful dahlias there. And fun mix here of red crocosmia and yellow dahlias. Have some gladiolas that are about to pop and some sweet peas that will be blooming soon. And here is a beautiful dahlia blooming with the mauve bee balm and the larkspur, and then on up, and you can see in the background the clematis, the purple clematis, and then above that you can see at the very top a little bit of color coming. That thing will explode in another week in this burst of color, the trumpet vine. So it will be absolutely incredible, all these wonderful colors coming together here. Have a nice subutulon that made it through the winter. And you can see our slope. The sun is going to be too bright here, but that's okay. We'll get out of the sun pretty quickly. There we go. The lamb's ear. Also, this year we decided to let the mullenweed grow. They're getting monstrous. The birds love them. We have to harvest blueberries very soon, like today or tomorrow. And this beautiful dahlia here with, it's fun to look at it with the hydrangea, the pink hydrangeas, and the fisherman's pole were really fun to look at too when they were blooming. They're just to seed now. The dark ones you may see a little bit of the blooms, but you can also see the area of the hillside that we've planted in Northwest natives, mostly Pacific ninebark, twinberry, red twig dogwood, and that of course is our borrowed view of the golf course, one of the borrowed views of the golf course. Coming back up the steps again. Hi, Badger. There we go. Good boy. Okay. And the wonderful colors, the combinations here of the begonias. And then moving on to what we call the patio level. This year we took this huge Aurelia down, which was right here, and you see where it has obstructed the growth of the huge cypress trees, how large it was, and we took it down, which afforded us some more planting area and created another fern bed above, and then another bed with seagrass and other plants on the other side of the water feature, which is flowing beautifully now. And the ferns and a fun sunflower. Now more of a podophyllum here. And and down. This area over here, the arbor covered into the trumpet vine.
The trumpet vine is starting to bloom at the very top.
Yep, at the very top. I got a shot of it from down there.
Okay.
And the dianthus here, the pink dianthus with the pink calla lily, and the phlox starting to bloom, but they look so dried up today because it's the hottest day of the year. It's also fun to walk through the arbor into our neighbor's yard, looking at their garden. It's really fun. Maybe with Dan and Peggy Evans, our next door neighbors, and sharing garden and a zero lot line with them. It's also kind of fun. Here we discovered also we have this wonderful, almost black salvia, which is great with the canna. The roses here are trying to bloom again here. And this is our herb bed, which we reshaped this year. And our nice sitting area underneath the deck here.
A lot of grapes.
And we have a lot of grapes
Ornamental grapes.
coming on this ornamental grape, which is up here. The grapes are actually useless because the birds don't like them and they're too bitter for us to eat. So I don't know, but it's quite lovely. I want to go up on the upper level and let you have a
Final view there?
look at the view.
A final view from up above?
Yep. A look at our borrowed view from the upper deck. A beautiful cherry tree here, which is at least 50 years old. That's a beautiful pink cloud in the spring, and then it snows pink for weeks, which is fine. It's the price you pay. But this is the view from the upper deck. Get a chance to enjoy this beautiful view without having to maintain it. But it also gives us a chance to look at some of the work we have done since we've been here and enjoy that view as well. Well, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed the tour. Bye.